from the southern trade, salt on a deck and strange words paid. The trader told of a bright-eyed man who walked on water and healed the lame. I laughed, I did, in my carven chair, told him our gods were stern of fare, but he named the dead who rose again, and the hall went quiet and the fire grew thin. What is a god you can touch with a hand? What is a god who would bleed for a man? I have worshipped thunder, I have worshipped war, but never a god I could write toward. So I called for my sword, for my horse, for my men, and none of them came. I rode out alone, blow the myrrh on my hip, and the northern star dim, and the gods I was leaving did not call me back in. A ship came in from the southern trade, salt on a deck and strange words paid. The trader told of a bright-eyed man who walked on water and healed the lame. I laughed, I did, in my carven chair, told him our gods were stern of fare, but he named the dead who rose again, and the hall went quiet and the fire grew thin. What is a god you can touch with a hand? What is a god who would bleed for a man? I have worshipped thunder, I have worshipped war, but never a god I could write toward. So I called for my sword, for my horse, for my men, and none of them came. I rode out alone, Golgotha on my hip, and the northern star dim, and the gods I was leaving did not call me back in. A ship came in from the southern trade, salt on a deck and strange words paid. The trader told of a bright-eyed man who walked on water and healed the lame. I laughed, I did, in my carven chair, told him our gods were stern of fare, but he named the dead who rose again, and the hall went quiet and the fire grew thin. cannot outrun me yet. Ride to the Pale Kingdom, ride where the land does not snow. Ride, I will kneel when I find him, but only once, and then rise and then go. They say he feeds from a single loaf. I say, if this is a true word God, then let him prove it. Look me in the face. Not a throne, I laughed at him, I paid him in silver. I rode on, I rode on, I rode on. Said he passed this morning, my lord, my lord. When did he look like the man, the king? Not a king, said the boy, not a king, not a king. He rode a young donkey, his feet nearly dragged, and the people threw cloaks where his feet could land. Too late at Bethphage, too late at the Olive Road. Blow the rest easy, there is no battle yet. There is only the wind and the toll. His name, he said, I am nobody. The king said the same. I sat on the wall where the boy had sat, and the northern drums in my chest went flat. says my body, eat and know. Then he took the cup and he said the same. This is my blood poured out for your shame. And I, an older man who has poured 10,000 cups, set mine down and could not pick it up. A lord who breaks his own bread, a king who washes his servants' feet. My chieftain would have struck a man who offered him water to drink. What manner of God? What manner of God? What manner of God is this? Not on a throne, not on a horse, but kneeling, kneeling, kneeling. Then he went out toward the olive trees, and I heard them sing a psalm as they left. And I, friend, I went to the door to watch, and the olive trees bowed as he passed. I swear it, they bowed. To a place I had not come for. A glass was pressed where men had slept, and one patch dark where a man had wept. I lay myself where the sleepers lay, and the moon above did not turn away, and the sword at my side felt like a stone, and I, who have never wept, was near.
Garden of Olives,
empty now.
Garden of Olives,
Keep the vow.
Garden of Olives,
If he comes back,
tell him a Northman lay
in his track. My father dead these 10 winters, and he asked me, son, what god do you follow? And I could not say Odin, I could not say Thor, and I woke and the olives were bowing once more.
Garden of Olives,
empty now.
Garden of Olives,
Keep the vow.
Garden of Olives,
If he comes back,
tell him a Northman lay
in his track. on the temple stones. A disciple came in with his eyes cast down, took the silver and walked back out of town. In my country we hang an oath breaker high. We feed his liver to the ravens in the sky. Give me his name and I will write tonight, and blóðormur will teach him what betrayal buys. The master knew he washed the betrayer's feet that night. He gave him bread, he called him friend. He did not strike, he did not fight. Coin on the temple floor, coin on the temple floor. A man can be bought for silver, but a god cannot be bought for more. I sheathed my sword, I sat on the step. I watched the silver where the scribe had kept, and the thought came in I could not push away. If my chieftain forgave me, could I ever betray? I coin on the temple floor, coin on the temple floor. A man can be bought for silver, but a god cannot be bought for more. The governor sat on his ivory seat. The teacher stood with his bound feet. And the governor asked, "Are you a king?" And the teacher said, "You have said the thing." The crowd was given a choice of two, a murderer or the quiet Jew. And the crowd, Northman, the crowd chose wrong, and the governor washed his hands for the throng.
The trial he did not see.
The trial he did not see. The trial where silence was the only plea. The trial where the judge washed his own decree. I have killed men, I will not lie, but I have never killed a man who would not fight. I have never washed my hands of a kill. I have never needed to. I have never needed to. He said one thing to the governor, one: you would have no power unless it were given. And the governor, Northman, the governor grew pale and tried to free him. and still he failed. Despised and rejected of men, a man of sorrows, acquainted with grief, and we hid, as it were, our faces from him. He was despised, and we esteemed him not. Seen blood on stone before. I have put blood on stone before, but this is not a battle stone. This is something else, something more. Whipping post still wet, whipping post still wet, whipping post still wet, and the sky above has not forgotten yet. For our transgressions, he was bruised for our iniquities. The chastisement of our peace was upon him, and with his stripes, we are healed. A warrior does not weep for a stranger, a warrior does not weep. A warrior does not weep. But I have stopped being a warrior an hour ago, and I did not notice then. Every stone of it dark, every stone of it wet, every stone of it something I cannot forgive.
He fell, he screamed here and here.
3 times he fell with the wood of his hand, and the soldier pulled a Cyrenian from the crowd,
And the Cyrenian carried it,
and the teacher bowed. I wiped his face with my own white veil, and his face, stranger, stayed on the cloth. And I held it up, and I could not weep, for my weeping had gone into the weave.
the road, the cross was dragged.
The road, the cross was dragged.
I will walk it the rest of my days.
The road, the cross was dragged. now with the daughters of the city, and my voice does not know the notes, but my grief, it seems, knows the song.
The road climbed and the hill rose up,
and the three dark shapes came clear at the top.
and I did not run.
I would not run, but I walk the last of it with the setting sun.
The road the cross was dragged.
The road the cross was dragged.
I will walk it the rest of my days.
The road the cross was dragged.
Met her son on the stones. Her hands were empty, her back was bowed. She did not faint, she did not fall. She looked at him and she walked him on. She said no word that we could hear. Her word was in her walking near. She walked him on. She walked him on. She walked him on to the hill of bone. Blessed are the women who wept. Blessed are the women who kept. Blessed are the women who walked him on. Blessed are the women who wept.
My mother died when I was young.
My mother died when I was young.
I had not thought of her in 20 years. I am thinking of her now.
I am thinking of her now.
If you have a mother,
Stranger, go to her.
if she is dead,
Go to her grave.
tell her what we have told you here.
That a son was walked to his hill
By a woman brave. I came up the hill with my legs gone weak. The sun had gone sick, the air would not speak. 3 crosses stood where the path gave out, and I knew which was his without a doubt.
The soldiers were casting lots on his cloak. The thieves were writhing. The thieves spoke.
His mother was there, the women had said,
And the disciple he loved held up her head.
Golgotha,
Golgotha,
the place of the skull.
the place of the word.
Golgotha,
Golgotha,
the place where a God could be
finally heard.
Father, forgive them. They know not what they do. Today you will be with me in paradise. Behold your mother, behold your son.
My God, my God!
Why have you forsaken me?
I thirst.
It is finished.
Father, into your hands
I commend my spirit.
I wrangled Ericsson of the northern sea.
went to my knees on the place called Skull.
And no man has ever seen me near.
And I will not rise from this. I will not rise from this. It is finished.
It is finished.
It is finished.
It is finished.
And something else
Is begun.
I unbuckle the belt that had held my sword since the year my beard first came. I laid Blowthormer down on the Golgotha stone, and I did not say its name. I had killed with that sword, I will not lie. I had bought my bread with that sword. I had buried men with that sword in the frost, and I have left it for a crucified Lord. Blowthormer at the foot of the hill, Blowthormer at the foot of the hill, the warrior's sword at a Savior's feet. Blowthormer at the foot of the hill. They told me the stories as I came down, water to wine and the blind made to see. 5,000 fed from 2 fish and 5 loaves, and Lazarus stepping from the grave like a breeze. I had ridden 1,000 miles to meet a God, and I arrived in time to watch him die. And I think, and I think, and I think, and I think that is exactly when he meant for me to arrive. Blowthormer at the foot of the hill, Blowthormer at the foot of the hill. My gods are behind me, my Lord is ahead. Blowthormer at the foot of the hill.
I am going home by a different different road. I am going home by a different road.
I have a story now, and I will tell it, of the God I was late to, and the God who waited.